What's going on, everybody? It's your girl CjFree, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the God, Family, and Music podcast. This is episode 2, and today's topic is trust in Him. Now, if you don't know who Him is, you're on the wrong podcast because we are talking about God, trusting in God. If you haven't listened to episode 1, please do. We talked a little bit about it, but we're definitely going to deep dive in trusting in Him, especially when it comes to you, right? So when I say trust in Him, you'll see me wear these t-shirts all the time because I really do trust in Him. I don't just trust Him for career things. I trust Him with everything, right? Because He knows what's best. And a lot of times when we're dealing with circumstances and we're looking at what's in front of us, it's hard to do. Like, I'm gonna keep it funky. It's hard to do. We will pray about something and it is looking the opposite of what we prayed about, and we get the spiraling. We start spiraling. We start our anxiety starts, kicking in. We start trying to figure it out ourselves. I get all that. I currently do some of that. But what we need to realize is that if we're going to worry, we need to do less praying. And if we're going to pray, we need to do less worrying. Okay? It's one of the two, because God can do anything. And he don't need a time frame. It's like no limits. And if we're going to pray about something, we need to trust Him with that thing. Right. And I'm speaking to myself. OK, we need to trust Him with that thing. And not only, like, we've talked about dreams and dreams and goals, but with ourselves. I trust Him with me. Like, he's the only one I trust fully with me. People are finicky. Humans, we have emotions. They up one day, we like you one day, we don't the next day. We say we're going to do something one day. We very finicky, fly by night beings, right? But not Him, right? So when it comes to knowing who's going to be there, have my back, who's going to be there when I call, who's going to be there to listen, it's Him all day long. And when I say I trust Him with everything, I really do. So I'm going to tell you this quick incident that just happened a couple weeks ago. I was driving on the highway, and actually it was the expressway. I call it the E-way. I was on the E-way, and during my drive on the E-way, the rain started to pour down real bad. Like, we call it the sky's falling. The rain hit, and I couldn't see anything. People put their hazards on, they slow down. I couldn't see anything. And right then and there, when the rain fell, I said, God, please protect me because I can't see anything. Right after I said that, the car began to lose control. It started to glide on the water. I guess, lack of traction. And I almost hit the concrete bank, the divider. And then I'm like, I don't have no control. It swerved. The car swerved into the next lane. It was a truck in the next lane. And I just said, Jesus. And He took control of the wheel. I kid you not. I was able to get over on the side of get off on the next exit and just sit in a parking lot for 30 minutes or so till the rain stops. But when I say I know who to call, I know who to call. And I just don't call when I need something. But when I say I knew who to call, I called Him. I couldn't see. So I didn't trust that car. I didn't trust them brakes. I didn't trust my driving abilities. I trusted in Him. I said, God, I cannot see. Please protect me. I knew who to call. So when I say I trust Him, I do. With everything. Situations, friendships, relationships. Like, I'm always praying what I should do, where I should go. I definitely have that relationship, and I'm thankful for it with Him. And so when you hear me say trust in Him, or you see me wearing trust in Him, I really do. So I just want to encourage you all that if you're listening to this and you don't believe in God, I really want to encourage you to form a relationship with Him. He's real. And just start praying. I know that a lot of people feel like they got to go to church to find God. That is not true. While though it's a great thing to be in church and amongst other people who believe in God and all of that, but wherever you sitting at, you can start talking. And I always try to encourage people to do that, because some people are like, oh, I need to go back to church, I need to get closer with God. But you can start talking now. You can go in your car, you can go in your bathroom, you can go in the shower, you can go in the garage, you can go in your closet and just start talking and just talking. Whatever's on your mind, just start talking to him. So I don't even know how I got there, but I guess it was meant to say. But yeah, just start talking to him, because he is real, and the relationship with him is unmatched. I put that relationship over any relationship with any human being walking. I mean, he has really shown up for me. He has really been there for me. He has been there for my family. I have watched him do things over and over and over and over. So he doesn't have to do anything else. And one thing I want to talk about too is, when I speak for me, I want to speak for me. When I say I trust him even if he doesn't give me what I'm asking for, right? So if I say, God, I want this promotion, and I'm just using an example, and that promotion doesn't happen, I know that whatever reason he chose not to give that to me is for my good. And I'm going to say this. There is a scripture which is one of my favorite scriptures. Is Romans 8:28, and it says, and we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God and to them who are called according to his purpose. This is one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible, and it's because I truly believe this. I believe everything is working for me. Even the things that don't look right, even the things that I can't understand, I really believe that they are working. A, because I know that I love God, and B, because I am called according to his purpose. Those two things I know for a fact. So even when something doesn't happen the way I want it to happen, the way I've asked for it to happen, I believe that it is working for me. And I definitely want to encourage you all to take that into consideration too. If you are, like I said, you want a promotion and that promotion didn't work, just know that whatever's after that is better, because he knows what's best for us, right? So if that relationship didn't work out, like, man, how did this work out? I knew that this was it. Hey, it's something better on the horizon. You just got to trust that whatever he allows is for your good, right? Because he knows what's best for us. So that's one thing that I definitely practice, and that's one thing that I always tell myself is, hey, this don't look right. Hey, I didn't get that. Hey, whatever the case may be, but I know that whatever's after this, or for whatever reason he allowed this to happen the way it is, it's for my good. I continuously tell myself that all the time, and that is really trusting in him, right? Because it's like, whatever your plans you got for me, God, whatever you say, if you say no and you close this door, and you say no and that person walk away, and you say no and you take that job, I trust whatever you do have for me is better for me, because you know what's best for me. So definitely, when I say trust in him, I do. And I've talked to a lot of musicians, and producers and singers and artists and songwriters who's in my community, and trust him with the plan. When I first started making beats and things, I wanted to go to the beat. Did I just hit the mic? I wanted to go to the BET Awards and do all of the things. I wanted to do all of the things. And this was many, many years ago. But it was every time I would get close to, getting with management and stuff like that, things would start to happen. And I would get discouraged a lot. And I started to do a lot of praying, and my journey is not everybody everybody's journey, but he began to reveal a lot of stuff that was going on in the music industry. Some of that stuff is coming to light now to the public, but he showed me decades ago, like, hey, this is what's really going on. And from that point, I literally, had a conversation with God and said, God, if you don't go with me into the music industry, then I don't want to go, because I want you to be with me wherever I go. And if that's not for me, for whatever reason, you don't want me in there, then I'm not going, and I'm okay with that, because I know you know what's best for me. Again, my journey is not everybody else's journey, so I'm not telling people not to push for that or whatever. I'm just talking about me. But I trust him that much. I trust him with me, and whatever he decides we doing. So I definitely want to encourage, my fellow producers and musicians, whatever, and I'm going back to the vision, whatever goal you have with your music career, trust him with it, right? Ask him, hey, what we're doing in this season. And I'm gonna wrap this up, but each season try to learn something. What am I supposed to be learning in this season? I didn't get the record deal. I didn't win the showcase. My beats ain't selling. This single really didn't do what I thought it was going to do. What am I supposed to be learning in this season? Going back to all things is working for me. So if that is the case, then what am I supposed to be learning and taking with me to the next, season? Because there is a next season, right? What am I supposed to learn from this relationship? What am I supposed to learn from this job? And learn these lessons and these things, so that when the next season comes, because it's coming, you will be prepared and you've learned what you need to learn, because he's very intentional and he has a plan and a purpose, and everything is laid out. We just got to walk in his footsteps and what he's laid out, the plan for our lives that he has for us individually. So that's what I got for, trusting in him. So guys, ladies, make sure to, I always say, stay prayed up, because hey, hey, stay prayed up, and just know that God loves you, and whatever your situation is, trust him with it. You're going to pray about it. Trust that he's going to work it out. And even if it doesn't work out the way you think it's going to work out, it's going to work out for your good. I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to prolong this any longer. Thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode. And until the next time I talk to y'all, I'm out. Holla back.